Good morning. Welcome to our snowy Sunday morning vinyasa class. So let's take a moment to find our seat. Find a way that you feel comfortable sitting, so that you can be here for a little bit of time. We won't be here for long, but we're going to kind of ground ourselves and bring a little bit of awareness to the body. So as we settle the body, as we begin to come into the space of our practice, and it's a nice way to kind of transition the mind and the body itself to now that we're beginning to practice. So we can almost just kind of start by becoming aware of the parts of the body making contact with the earth. It's always a good place to start. Become aware of your spine as it rises up from the pelvis, the tailbone, the sacrum, creating this extension that's rising up out of the earth. Maybe you can even visualize the trunk of a tree. Awareness into the sides of the body, the belly, the chest. And then settling into the shoulders. Maybe you can roll your shoulders, just tiny little movements of shoulder rolls back or forward, until you kind of settle in that back position. See if you can let the elbows feel heavy as your hands rest on your lap or on your knees. Awareness to the throat, the neck, the face. Notice the temperature in the room that you are in. Maybe it's a little chilly in there right now. Maybe you got the heat blasting and you feel warm, or somewhere in between. Notice how the fabric on your skin feels. If you're wearing glasses, how the frame of your glasses feel on your face. Notice any smells or sounds in your room. For me, it's the clickety-clacketing of my dog's toenails on the floor. We become aware of all of these things. Internal awareness of the body, external of our circumstances and our surroundings. And then let's dive a little deeper into our thoughts, our emotions, our mind. Perhaps, like we were speaking of earlier, you're excited about the snow. And perhaps there's other emotions or thoughts kind of swirling around in your mind. None of them need to be a place for attachment. We are simply observing. None of them need to be a place for aversion as well. No pushing away and no drawing in. Just sitting steadfast, observing the mind, the thoughts. Sometimes when we settle into observing these concepts and these activities happening, they seem to kind of float away or dissipate. This oftentimes happens with me. When I try to observe my thoughts, then thoughts start to kind of like move away from my grasp. And if that's the case, then observe that. And then slowly with the next inhale breath, we'll draw our palms together at the center of the heart. Take a moment to feel the palms touching each other. Maybe they feel warm or maybe they feel cool. We'll allow a nice deep inhale breath, expanding the lungs, the abdomen. And then we'll prepare for Om as we exhale, relaxing the shoulders, softening the body. Next inhale and then Om. Gently release the hands, blink the eyes open. So we're going to start our practice today standing up because it's cool and I want us to warm up before we go into anything. So we can come off our cushion come to standing. Find a place at the top of your mat, your feet about hip width distance apart. Pull a little bit of weight forward, a little bit of weight back. Grounding through your toes, grounding through your heels, and feeling kind of the padding or the soles of your feet as they root down. Now, from here, let's roll the shoulders back. Take a nice deep inhale, lift the arms up. As the arms reach up, we look up. Stay here for a moment. Reaching down for the soles of your feet, reaching up through your fingertips. If it bothers your neck at all, just look forward. It's a good place to start if you feel like your neck is not ready for that extension back. But if it is, maybe we look up. Now, we're not doing a back bend here, we're lengthening. So if you could imagine laying on the floor and reaching your body up through your fingertips, reaching your legs out through your heels, that's what you want to feel. A long extension of the body. Ground through the feet, tuck into the tailbone a little bit, hug the rib cage in, and then exhale, release the arms by your sides. Okay, I'm going to do that again. So again, finding the toes, finding the heels. Inhale, the arms come up. Start by reaching through the fingertips, rolling the shoulders back and down. Remember, we're not back bending, we're just extending. Hug in through the tailbone, draw in through the rib cage, so try not to push your belly forward, pull everything in. And then inhale, maybe we look up. Reaching up, extending, grounding down through your feet, lengthening out of your body. Reaching again, one more breath. And exhale, arms down by your sides. Observe how the body feels after you release the arms. So that extension in the body, we want to keep working on that. Remember, the belly is not pushing forward. So hug the belly in, kind of tuck the rib cage in, and then lift through the chest and shoulders. So last time, now we're going to add a forward fold. Inhale, arms come up. Find that square line of the body, so belly's in, rib cage hugs in, shoulder blades separate, chin up, we look up, ground down through your legs, actively press down through your legs as you extend. Now here with the exhale, let's take a forward fold. So softly bend the knees and elbows. Let your body start to come down. Keep your belly drawn in. And let your body come towards the thighs first. You can let your hands kind of float for a moment. Don't let them come down automatically to the floor. So we're actively pressing through the feet, belly's drawn in, head relaxes, and then now let the arms come down. So if we do this stretch passively, we can hold on to opposite elbows, or you can let your arms hang. My forward fold is pretty deep and my arms are very long, so my arms hanging doesn't really give me a sense of relax because they're touching the floor. So if yours are touching the floor a lot, like mine are, then just hold on to your opposite elbows. But you can also just let them hang. Sometimes that feels really nice in the shoulders. So let's say I was up here, then they can hang a little bit more, right? My arms are feeling long. But down here, they're not hanging, so it won't work for me. So just find what works for you. Let your belly soften, let your head relax. Again, start to feel the transferring of the weight from the heels to the toes, from the big toe to the pinky toe, from the left foot to the right foot. Very gentle, small, micro movements, I call them, really tiny. Your arms just hang. There's no tension in your shoulders, in your elbows, in your wrists, or your fingertips. Let the breath be even and steady. Feel, even though you're kind of closing your upper body against your lower body, your belly expand and relax. The chest will open and relax. The back muscles extend and relax. Good. And now with the next inhale breath, we're going to bring our hands down to the floor. Now, if your palms don't go flat, this is where you're going to use blocks. So you're going to place the block, one on the pinky toe side of the right foot, one on the pinky toe side of the left foot. And you're going to try to bring your palms completely flat to the blocks. Now, at this point, your heels of your hands are flat. You're going to try to straighten your arms, reach your chest, and look forward. So without lifting the heels of your hands, do the best you can to keep that engagement in the arms as you press in. Now, allow your weight to roll forward a little bit and find a little bit more stretch in the back of your legs. Your fingertips can kind of hang off the edge of the block a little bit if you need to, but heels of the hands down, 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 down. Good. One more breath. Exhale, keep pushing down. So we're actively going into an Uttanasana with the legs apart. Exhale, slowly, softly bend the knees. Let the head relax, shoulders soften. And then inhale, slowly roll up. Nice and steady. Let the arms hang. Belly is drawn in. Shoulder blades roll back. Chest lifts. Exhale completely. Good. Keep the blocks in place. Inhale, the arms come up. Reach up, look up, shoulders back and down, extend, bellies drawn in, hug in through the rib cage. Just as we started, shoulder blades move away from the ears, strong legs. Exhale, take a forward fold, gently releasing, coming all the way down. Passive stretching by letting your body hang, no tension in the neck. Inhale, active stretching, pressing the heels of your hands down, reaching your chest forward, rolling the shoulders back and rolling your weight forward. Now, keep the belly drawn in, bend the knees, step one foot back and then the other. You can bring your hands to the floor inside the blocks where your feet were. You can move them slightly to the sides. Find yourself in a high plank. So the feet walk back, the tailbone tucks under, the shoulders come forward over the wrists, strong fingers. One more breath. Good. Building up that fire, slow and steady. Exhale, drop the right knee down. Pivot the left heel to the floor, left arm up, side plank. So as we come into our side plank, reach and extend through the fingertips. Press down through your left heel. We're not trying to float here, but try to feel light in your right arm and right knee. One more breath. And exhale, bring the left hand down. Good. Once the left hand is down, back to your plank. Strong in your shoulders, strong in your core. Stay on your toes, shoulder blades back. Okay, exhale, drop the left knee down. Pivot the right heel. Inhale, right arm up. Stay and breathe. Again, feel light in your left hand and left knee. So feel like you're reaching and extending out through the right edge of your right foot and reaching up to the fingertips of your right hand. Long line of the body. Grounded and rooted. One more breath. And exhale, gently bring the right hand down. Inhale back to your high plank. Shoulders forward. Stay strong, belly drawn in. Both knees come to the mat and exhale, push back. Child's pose, you can keep your knees together. You can reach your arms forward and bring your forehead down. We won't be here very long, just a little softening of the shoulders. And inhale, roll up to tabletop position. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Hips and knees are stacked and the knees are together. We're going to take another breath here as we protract the shoulders, tuck the toes under. Inhale, lift the knees, exhale, push back, downward facing dog. The toes are together. Normally we separate our feet. Let's keep them together today to activate a little bit to the outside of the hips. Belly's drawn in, heels reach down. Maybe you feel this more in your ankles when you have your feet together. Notice how it changes the posture. Keep the legs contracted, kneecaps lifted, quadriceps engaged, shoulders moving away from each other, chest moving towards the thighs. Now with the next inhale breath, take your weight to your left foot, reach your right leg up into the sky. Maybe you can straighten it a lot or a little bit, doesn't really matter, just reach, extend. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Next inhale breath, look forward. Step your right foot all the way forward between your hands. Stay there for a moment. You can grab your blocks. Blocks will make this a lot nicer for the body, and so it makes it so that you don't have to stand up to get the foot forward. You can just bring it forward and grab your blocks from the down position. So now we're in a lunge with the left heel up and the left leg back and engaged. If you soften your left leg, you make the arch lower. So what we want to do is engage that left quadricep and push the left heel back. Very good. I saw those adjustments. Very nice. And then we hold here and breathe. One more breath. Shoulders back and down. All right, we're gonna drop that left knee to the floor gently. Release the left toe. Try to keep that same gap and space between the left knee and the right heel. And then inhale, we can come up to our fingertips. We can stay there. We can come up to our thigh. We can stay there. This is a good place to stay. If we want to stay here. We can come up to our arms extended up. Maybe this feels good. One more option here, if you like, lift your chest, look up. Shoulders roll back, hips move back and down. So any variation of this is fine. If your hands are on your knee, push into your hands so that you can lift and elevate your chest. And exhale, drop the hands down, move the hips back, right heel flexes, toes point up. Inhale, lengthen, and if there's room, try folding. You can just let the hands rest on the blocks. It's a really good place for them to be, and then there's room for the elbows to come down. Let the back round a little bit. See if you can move your left hip and left shoulder slightly forward and down. Right hip, right shoulder slightly back and away. So you're squaring off your body. You're not coming down crooked, right? So strongly square off your body. And then inhale, head up. Exhale, step that right foot forward again. Take a moment. Left toe tucks under. Straighten the left leg. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to pivot the left heel down to the mat. And we're going to windmill the arms up. Left arm up, right arm up, everything up. Warrior two. Sit down strong. Sometimes that can be a really tough transition. So take your time to come into the pose. So as you reach and extend, bend into that right knee. Inhale, left arm down, right arm back. Reverse warrior. Let's stay here. Normally we don't stay here very long. We're going to try. So this should be a side stretch here, not a back bend. Feel it in the side of your body. Chin towards the armpit. We look up, bend into that right knee. Exhale, side angle, right elbow to the right knee. Open your chest. So before you even incorporate your arm, open your chest. We're going to move from side angle with the left arm extended. Stay there for a moment so you can feel the opening. And we're going to transition this to Parsvakonasana. The way we're going to transition, reach to the left fingertips, press down through your right leg. Bring your left arm back towards your left hip. And now your right hand to the block that's outside your right foot. You may need to make this block a little higher. That's fine. As the hand comes down, keep the chest open. So don't let yourself come down with your shoulder back. Chest stays open, wide chest. And then extend that left arm, drop the hips, chin to armpit, look towards the fingertips. Easy breathing. So we went from side angle pose to Parsvakonasana assisted with the block. The block might be too high, you bring it lower. Don't need a block, get rid of it. But don't let your chest come forward. Open, open, open. And exhale. Now let's bring that left hand down, pivot on the foot. Back into our lunge. Breathe. Inhale, pick the right foot back, step it back. High plank, hold. Shoulder blades back, stay strong in your body, belly draw in. Can we bend a little bit through the elbows? Just a little bit. Is it possible? Stay. Stay, a little bend. Good. Inhale, push up. Nice. Exhale, press back. Hands can come to the floor or can stay on the blocks. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Hips back and down, back to kind of where we started here. The belly's drawn in. The rib cage moves towards the thighs. The shoulder blades separate. With the feet together, you might feel this down dog differently in your legs. If it doesn't feel right, feel free to separate them, but try. Weight equally distributed between hands and feet. One more breath. As you exhale, go ahead and take your left leg, right to the right leg, left leg, up in the air, three-legged dog. Reach, extend, press up, push to that left toe. Keep lengthening, up, 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 up. Strong shoulders, strong right leg. Inhale, take that left foot forward. Try to bring it forward. You can come to your blocks if you're not sure, and then step that foot all the way forward. Wiggle it up. Find your lunge. Let's stay here for a few moments. So again, in the lunge, the left knee over the left ankle. The back leg is not relaxed. It's active, pushing back. the heel actively pressing back. And you want to try to feel this all through that right side of the body, moving all the way from the right heel to the right hip, maybe even into the right side of the waist. Blocks are very useful here. You can do this on the floor, absolutely, but the blocks make you activate the legs, which is what we want to do here. We don't want to feel like we can't hold this. All right, next exhale, we're going to drop the right knee down slowly with control. We're going to release the right toes. Take a moment to just find your balance, your sense of security here, and then you can come to your fingertips. That's usually the first place where I know, oh, if I can come to my fingertips, I know I'm not putting so much weight on my hands. Therefore, now I can bring my hands to my knee. If I bring my hands to my knee, then I know, okay, I'm able to balance here. So then it's a matter of the strength in the legs. If I let go of my knee, if I'm no longer holding onto my knee and I release my arms, can I still be balanced here? If that's the case, then the arms can go up. So if the arms can go up and I still feel balanced and strong and I'm still getting that nice extension in that right hip and the left knee is still moving forward, the hips are moving down, then I say, all right, let me try lifting the chest and looking up. So everything builds on each other. One is not better than the other, it just starts to build. And then one could say, if you're going up, why don't reach back, grab your foot, right? Like there could be all kinds of never-ending positions that you can extend to. But let's stop here for today. Exhale, gently bring the hands back down to the blocks. Extend your left leg, flex your left foot. Try and straighten your left leg. It may not happen, but we try. If there's room, exhale, fold. And remember, right hip, right shoulder moving forward, down. Left hip, left shoulder moving back and away. And calmly breathing. Belly's relaxed, it's soft. You might start to engage a little bit into your pelvic floor muscles, Mula Bandha. This is a good place to be aware of that, especially as we hold. And inhale, slowly lift the head and chest. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, bend the left knee. Good job. Back to that first initial lunge where we had the knee bent and the hands on the blocks. We're going to tuck the back toe under. We're going to straighten that back leg. Find the lunge again. So this low lunge. We're going to pivot the right heel down. And then we're going to use the strength of our legs and our torso to come up. So right arm is going to lead you. Inhale, right arm up. Press into the left leg. Left arm up. Warrior two. Good. Now that we're sitting in warrior two, keep pressing down to that left knee, reaching the arms in opposite directions. We're looking over their left fingertips. Let's go into reverse. Right arm down, left arm back. Side stretch. We're stretching to the left side of the body now. Chin to the armpit. We look up. Back leg strong, steady, easy breathing. All right, we're going to move now into our side angle. Left elbow onto the knee. Open your chest and spine. Twist and open through the right shoulder. Stay down into your hip. Right arm extends, chin to armpit, and we keep that extension opening through the rib cage and chest. As soon as you bring that right shoulder back, you've collapsed. Keep it open, like you want your right shoulder to move back. Now we're going to move into our Parsvottanasana. Right arm down, left hand to the block. Remember, your block is height, so you can make it taller. Easier if it's taller. Once you're kind of there, realign yourself. Right shoulder back again. And then inhale, right arm up. Stay and breathe. Keep sinking down through your left hip, opening through the right side chest. Reach and extend. And exhale, windmill the hands down. Back to our high lunge. Stay for a moment. Realign yourself, realign your hips, realign your torso. Left foot's gonna step back. High plank. Strong core. Can you bend your elbows, start to lower down? Inhale, push yourself up. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Now this time the feet are apart. You can have the hands on the blocks or off. And with the feet apart, more traditional way of us practicing our down dog. Maybe it kind of comes back, feels nice and you're used to this position. A little bit more comforting. Observe your breath. Try to slow it down. One more. Exhale completely. Inhale, look forward. Walk your feet forward. Once your feet reach the top of your mat, you can bring your hands back to the blocks. Inhale, chest up, shoulders back, look forward. Exhale, head down. Inhale, slowly roll yourself back up to standing. One vertebra at a time. Shoulder blades roll back. We find ourselves nice and tall. Okay, we're going to do a balanced pose today. You can move the blocks off to the sides for a moment. So we're going to do one leg first. We're going to stand on the left leg and reach the right toes forward, like you're pointing your toes forward. Now, what the hope here is that the leg comes up high enough that you can catch it with your right foot. So we're going to reach that right arm forward, and the aim is the right leg to come up so we can catch it. So inhale, right leg kicks up, we catch. Maybe we don't, right? So we're going to try a couple times. Right leg up, catch, maybe we don't. It comes down. Good. Again, inhale, up, catch, or not. It comes down. Good. If you're able to catch and hold for this one, we're going to try to catch and hold. Inhale, up, we catch, and we hold. Eee. We did it. Good. If you didn't do it, bring that leg up, try to catch and hold. So the leg is as extended as possible. Maybe the knee is bent a little bit. That's okay. Try to keep it straight. Belly's drawn deeply in, shoulders back, and your left hand is grounded on your left hip. If you need a wall or a chair, except for Mindy, everyone else can have one. Sorry, Mindy, but we broke up with Paul Wall. All right, exhale, open that right leg to the side. I'm kidding, Mindy, you can use it. And then the right leg comes to the side and we look to the left. Stay and breathe. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the leg, keep the toe pointed. It's okay if it comes down a little bit, but try to keep it straight, both legs straight. Breathe. Exhale, slowly lower it down. All right, that was tough. That was tough. Shake out the legs. Rezone. You got this. We're going to go for the other side. So right hand on the waist. Left toe points forward. And remember, the first three are just attempts. So left arm reaching forward. We kick up. Maybe we touch. Maybe just try touching. Maybe just try kicking your hand. Kick up, touch your hand. Yeah, that's it. Kick up, touch your hand. Good. Next time, try to grab that toe. Kick up, grab the toe. Grab the toe. That's it. We got the toe. Good. Now that the toe is had in the hand and we're using the strength of the leg, pull back. So we're not trying to reach that hip forward. We're actually trying to move the left hip back into the hip socket. The right leg is nice and firm and straight. Now, if the leg feels good, you feel balanced, try. Just try. Open it to the side. We try. If we fall out, we fall out. No worries. And then take your gaze slightly towards the right. There's going to be little adjustments, little movements. No worries. Be strong like those trees outside in the snow. They're firm, they're rooted, they're grounded, they're not moving. Inhale, slowly come back to the center. Stabilize. Hip center. Stabilize. Release. Let that toe kind of just float down a little bit, but try to keep it up. Point the toe. Look at your toe. Tell your toe, you can do this. You can stay up. Belly's drawn in. Stay up. And exhale, lower down. Good job. Shake out those legs. Very nice. So a little tough work here. That's okay. We're going to make our way down to the floor. So let's take a nice sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, or jump. If you do chaturanga, take your chaturanga. Otherwise, stay in high plank. Inhale, you can go into cobra or up dog from a high plank or from low. Shoulders back, chest back, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's stay here 5 breaths. 1. Let out of the effort go. 2. No tension in the neck. 3. Belly's relaxed. 4. And 5. The transition to sitting, we're going to bring our knees down to the floor. We're going to walk our hands back. Cross your feet. Inhale, pick your knees up. Slide your feet forward and sit. So a little easier way to maybe come forward if that feels available or correct for you. With the legs extended forward, we're going to just come into Dandasana. Dandasana position, widely underestimated, I think. I think it's one of the best positions for us to create length in spine and to find that hinge point of folding. So hands next to your hips, rib cage up, shoulders back, feet flexed, legs active. So imagine if there was someone assisting here and pulling your fronts of your shoulders back and away so that your spine can be very, very tall, very, very straight. If there's need to bend a little bit through the knees, that's better than rounding through the back. So keep opening the rib cage, keep lifting up through the rib cage, through the abdomen, and opening the center of the heart. This is a heart opening pose. Our Anahata chakra shining through. One more breath, try to stay with it. I know this one's tough if you hold too long, so just do the best you can. Now, as we exhale, we're going to come forward into Paschimottanasana. Same extension of the spine, we're hinging from the hips. Start to walk your hands towards your knees. Stay lifted in your chest. So one of the things I always recommend, if you have any issues with the hips or anything that feels awkward in the hips, separate your feet a little bit. Mine are a little bit apart, so it's okay to have that. Other thing, don't go right for your toes, because then it's like you're putting the cart before the horse. Start to lean yourself forward. Start to bring your rib cage and your chest forward. As that starts to happen, then your arms have nowhere to go. They're no longer needed next to your knees. Bring them next to your ankles. And use the palms of the hands to kind of help give you a little grip to pull yourself forward. Almost like you're trying to drag yourself forward over your legs. Allow yourself a couple breaths here. Shoulders moving back. Again, you don't want to collapse in the shoulders. Move them back, long neck. And then once you're here, you're like, okay, well, my feet are really close. Maybe you can grab the sides of your feet, or you can grab your big toes. If your arms bend, like mine are bent, then there's a sense of lift you need to create. So if the arms are straight, already straight, just use it with your breath. If your arms are bent, use your arms to create that sense of lift. And then from the exhale, we fold again. This is very similar to what we did standing, right? Where we were passive and then we were a little bit more active. Same idea. And then allow yourself to fold forward, chin down. Imagine one day the top of your head touching your toes. One day, maybe, maybe not. But the visualization is helpful because it gives us a picture of where we want our bodies to be at some point. And if not, it at least gives us a picture of the direction we want to go. Now inhale, head up only. Exhale there and release. Now take Dandasana again. Is it a little easier for you? Observe. Be your own observer. Try to notice what it's like in your body. Is your Dandasana now, the second time around, a little bit more comfortable than it was the first time around? And then slowly we release. All right. So we're going to work today on a pose called Kurmasana. No blocks yet, sorry. We're going to start with the knees bent and apart, so your heels are right at the edge of your mat. And unlike Malasana, where we bring the feet really close to the body, we actually want the feet pretty far away, keeping those feet flexed. We're going to take the kind of L shape of our hand and place it down on the back of the left ankle, and then do the same thing on the back of the right. So maybe right by your heels. And then you're going to decide here, if it's available, to kind of walk your tush back. So now kind of that walking back, you're kind of wiggling your tush back, wiggling back. Maybe the elbows come down to the floor. If that happens, then we're going to stay with the elbows down on the floor. We're going to lift and lengthen through the chest. So this may not happen for you today. It's the first time we've practiced this. But we've done other poses that help open up and create awareness in this part of the body. But it's the first time we've actually practiced this pose. So as you hold here, remember your tailbone is reaching back. The top of your head and your chest is reaching forward and down. So you're creating like this leaning forward. Your hands are kind of glued down by your heels. Your feet are still very flexed and your knees are soft. One more breath. Exhale wherever you are. Inhale, lift your head. You can slide your hands back from underneath, chest up, legs straight, bring the legs in. Back to Dandasana. Notice how the body feels here. Is it still a little harder or a little easier? Do you feel more awareness in the low back and in the sacrum and the area of the pelvis? All right. Second version of this is we're going to take blocks. We're going to use 2 today. So if you have 2 blocks per person, that would be ideal. Because one block, I feel like it's not high enough. And it's actually harder with one block, just so you know. But if you only have one, you try. We're gonna place our feet on top of the blocks. And we're gonna pick our butt up and scoot it back. So the idea here is that the fleshy part of the butt is behind you, not in front of you. And that should keep you available to rise up. Your knees kind of fall out to the sides, and you're gonna try to bring your feet together. It's okay if they separate a little bit, but you're gonna try to keep at least your heels together if possible. The knees are out to the sides, kind of that fleshy part. You can walk it back, you can lift, you can kind of rearrange yourself so that you feel like that's settled. If you need your hands to support you, by all means, use your hands to support you, let your knees be heavy. Otherwise, you're gonna reach one hand inside, grab the side of the block, other hand inside, grab the other side of the block, move your shoulders back, and stay here and breathe. Kind of look towards your feet. Imagine one day your elbows coming to the floor and your head resting on the floor between your 2 feet, right inside the block. That's the idea. That's the concept. So we work towards it with mindful awareness, with a loving and kind approach to our bodies, so that we are not forcing, we are not trying to pull, we're not trying to do anything other than just feel. Feel the movement, feel the discomfort, feel the points of stop where our bodies gives us like, yep, that's enough, you can stay there. And then see if you can find a sense of ease within all of it. Can there be a little sukha to the stira we're creating? How is the belly? Is it soft? How are the shoulders? Are they moving away from the ears? What's your breath like right now? Can you make it a little bit more long and steady and calm? And slowly inhale, lift the head, look forward. Exhale there, move the hands down and up. Try to lift the chest, shoulders back. Good. Release one foot down, release the other foot down. Extend both legs. You can move the blocks off to the sides. Now we're going to separate the legs a lot wider. So I'm going to go kind of more catty corner to my mat. You can just be in front of your mat. So your legs make maybe a 90-degree angle, if possible, right? Or a little bit shorter. Nothing bigger than 90 degrees, I would say, even if you have the flexibility to do so. And then from this, same idea. Hands down, scoot your tush back. Scoot yourself back so you're in the fronts of your sits bones. That's probably the most important thing you can do here. You may also still need your hands. Hands behind you help to keep the support. But try not to lean back and kind of hang out here like you're just chilling at the beach, right? So scoot the tush back, get the meaty part of the booty out of the way. Hands can be on the mat in front behind you, or they can be on the mat in front of you. Feet are flexed, legs are active, quadriceps contracted, kneecaps up, just like we did when we were standing. With the next breath, we're going to start to lean forward. Now, if you grab yourself one block and you put it at kind of its medium level, you may be able to bring your forearms to the block. Notice nothing has changed with the legs. The feet didn't relax, the legs didn't deactivate, they're still working. If the forearms came to the block fairly easily, try knocking the block down one level and see if that's still available for you. And again, we stay. Each time we add or we change a little bit of the pose, we stay because we need to get information. Is this enough? Am I starting to feel like it's really pulling really hard in my groin or in my inner thighs? And if that's the case, then you back it up. You would take the block back a notch and you would stay there until that sensation surpasses or releases. So you don't want to stay with a strong sensation. We want to stay with a comfort level of comfort. And if you've been with the block at its lowest level for a little bit, then maybe it's time to bring the elbows to the floor. And maybe it's possible that if you scoot your block up a little bit, you can bring your forehead to it. Or a lot bit, you can make it really tall. So either way is fine. Or you can make it low. Either way is fine. However you want that block to be. Let the shoulders roll back, let the legs stay active. Imagine in this pose, your belly, your chest, your chin touching the floor. And you could try, if you like. See what that feels like. And if you're close, let's say you have your forehead on the block and your elbows are down and you're pretty close, then you know you don't need your arms. You can take them out to the sides of your feet. Instead of pulling with your arms, just let your hands hold your feet and try to relax into the shape. At some point, you feel like the block might become a hindrance, and then you want to bring your forehead or your chin down to the floor. Let your shoulders move away. Let your body feel softly folding. This is similar to our, what is it? Not Parsvakonasana. Prasarita Padottanasana, the fourth one, D, where we hold the toes and we pull forward and down. It's the same pose, only we're on the floor. And then inhale, head up. Look forward, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale there. You can bring your hands in front, slowly come up. Move your block out of the way. And then we're going to take Dandasana again. So that back leg comes forward, both legs now extended forward, a little bit of space between the legs. Hands on other sides of the hips. Notice what it feels like in your low back. Is that mobility that we're creating in the low back now is starting to activate, making this pose a little bit easier. Now from here, we're going to go and lay all the way down to our backs because we're going to work a little bit on the opposite of that, which is a little bit of back bending. So as we lay down, take a moment to ground down onto your mat. Head down, shoulders down. You can bend your knees. Maybe reach down, grab your heels. And we're just going to start with a tuck and release of the pelvis. Tuck the tailbone under, activate the legs, not trying to lift, just tuck forward and then reach back. Tailbone back, the belly kind of inflates, the rib cage kind of widens, the shoulder blades move towards each other. So do that a few times. The tuck forward, shoulder blades separate. Inhale and then exhale, tuck back. Shoulder blades move towards each other. Feet are grounded. Don't let the knees separate or open. One more time. Inhale, tuck forward. Exhale, tuck back. Good. And then come to a center flat position. Now the next time we tuck forward, we're going to elevate the hips. So inhale, tuck the tailbone. Press into your feet. Let your hips come up. Let your head kind of find its place. Wriggle your shoulders under a little bit. Keep pushing through the feet. Stay up and breathe. 1, 2, 3. Calm and steady. Push, push, push into the floor. 4 with your feet and legs. 5. Start to lower your tailbone down, spiraling your spine down towards the mat. 1 vertebra at a time. Keep your tailbone tucked under. And let it rest. Good. The second version, we're going to interlace our hands below us or behind our backs. So inhale, tailbone tucks. Start to press up. Wriggle those shoulders under. Push into the feet. Let your head be grounded. Feet rooted, knees parallel. If you can, interlace your hands behind your back and see if you can go a little higher. Stay here. 1, 2, steady breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Release your hands. Slowly start to make your way down to the floor. Little bit at a time. The sacrum comes down, touches. Good. Inhale, knees into the chest. Give yourself a little side to side roll. Moving the hips, the knees. Circles, half circles, any direction that feels comfortable. And then slowly releasing the legs down. All right, grab yourself a block. You can make the block flat or medium. I'm going to go for the medium level today just because my back's feeling really nice and I think that would feel better for me today, but you're welcome to do what your body needs. Try it both ways, see what you feel. And then once the block is in place, let your feet come down. It's the same pose we were just doing, only now the block is helping support us, but don't deactivate your legs. Keep your legs active, feet flat, arms by your sides. Inhale, arms overhead, palms up. Let's stay here. 1, 2, 3. Keep the toes down. 4. And 5. Let your arms open out like a T, out to the sides. And then start to bring more weight into your shoulders so that your feet can come up. Maybe resettle your sits bones or your sacrum on the block. If it feels too yucky or too hard, the block, you can also use a bolster. And then let the legs come up. So when the legs come up, a lot of times what happens is we activate a lot through the abdomen. Usually that means that the legs are away from us. So bend your knees and let your knees come over your hips. That's the first place that you should find softness in your belly. If that feels okay, then try straightening the legs. But we're not trying to lock out our legs or actively push the heels. Just let the legs be soft but straight. And then you don't want to feel like your legs are going way over your body like plow pose, halasana. You want to try to keep that nice balance, knees, hips, block below the hips, below the sacrum. And let's stay here for a few breaths. Letting each breath kind of settle us into whatever sensations are arising, whether it's in the legs, in the hips, in the abdomen, in the chest and shoulders, in the arms, maybe even in the face. This is considered an inversion. It's actually a little bit of a prep for shoulder stand, which we're going to try next. Let yourself feel relaxed and calm, preparing for shoulder stand. So for shoulder stand, we're going to bring the arms down by our sides. And we're going to do the best we can to elevate our hips. Remember, the block is there. You're welcome to stay on it. But if it's possible, roll your hips up and bring your hands to your low back. Once your hands are in your low back, push into the floor with your forearms. Wiggle them a little closer and try to straighten your legs straight up to the ceiling. You can always do this against the wall with one foot on the wall, or you can just keep your hips on the block. Let's stay here. 1, 2, make sure that you're not feeling any rough sensation or painful sensation in the neck. 4, so the neck, the chin is tucked into the chest, but there's a little gap between the chest and the chin. 6, steady and calm breathing. 8, almost there, keep reaching up. 10, keep left leg up and start to lower the right leg over the head. So the left leg keeps you balanced, the right leg goes back. Maybe the right toes touch. If they do, point the toe, get the top of the foot down, and keep reaching that left leg up. Both legs straight. Inhale, right leg goes up. Keep your hands at your low back for support. Right leg stays up, left leg goes back. I like to flex the left foot until it touches. Once it touches, point the toe, and then reach. Both legs straight. Steady breathing. Inhale, left leg goes up. We're back to our shoulder stand. Now both legs. We try. Try both legs. Slow and steady. Keep the hands at the low back for support. Toes touch. Release the toes. Breathe. Or maybe they don't touch. You're floating. It's okay. It's hard to breathe here. Do it anyway. Keep the legs active. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come to the floor. You can hold the block if it's still behind you and try to bring your sacrum back to the block. Back to legs up the wall. Observe. Be there for a few moments. You could have also moved the block out of the way if you feel like you've had enough inversion. Just you can move the block out the way and bring your hips down. We'll all get there in just a few breaths. Let's move the neck, head towards the right. Stay there. And slowly bring the head to center, head towards the left. Stay there. Again, inhale back to center, head towards the right, and then this time, lift and lower the chin. Should give a nice little massage to the neck. Just a little lift and lowers. And then back to center, other side, chin to the left, and again, lift and lower. Go slow. If it doesn't feel nice in the neck, then don't do it, but try.
If it does, then continue to just move chin up and down very gently, massaging the little ligaments and tendons and muscles of the neck. And inhale back to the center. Good. Bend the knees. Start to lower the feet. Stay there a moment. Start to maybe bring one foot to the floor, other foot to the floor. Inhale, elevate the hips, move the block out of the way, and lower down slowly with control. Once you're down, make sure you have enough room here for your legs. So extend your legs. You can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Let your feet flop out to the sides. The legs have been active pretty much the entire practice. Let them relax here. Relax your glutes, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Relax the pelvic floor. No more engagement. No more mula bandha. Relax your belly. Let it rise and lower with each movement of breath. Relax your low back. Feel wide in your low back. Relax your torso. You can move your shoulders a couple of times here to soften into the shoulders. Relax your arms. Take a swallow, let the tongue go limp in the back of the throat. Relax your throat. Relax your tongue. Relax the roof of your mouth. Relax your teeth and your gums. Relax your lips. Observe your face now. Relax your jaw, cheeks, chin, nose. Your eyes relax. Let them be heavy. Sinking down towards the mat. Eyelids soft. Relax your eyebrows. Imagine them moving away from each other towards the temples, and relax your temples and forehead. Relax your ears. Relax your head. Relax your hair. Relax your whole body. Relax your whole body. Your next inhale breath, let your arms separate from your body. Let them kind of just fall down next to you, palms facing up. Observe the change in the arms. And with the next inhale, take the arms up overhead and reach, just like we did in the beginning of our practice. Bring the legs parallel to each other, flex the feet. Reach out to the soles of the feet. Hug the tailbone. Hug the rib cage. Draw the belly in. Try to push your low back into the floor. Keep reaching and pulling in opposite directions. Full body stretch. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. You can roll a little bit side to side. Front and back, making circles or half circles. And then let's roll all the way over to the right. You can use your right arm like a pillow, left arm in front. Stay there for a breath or two. And then inhale, gently press yourself up, coming into a comfortable seat.
So we'll set ourselves up for a nice comfortable seat here. No need to make too much adjustment, just however it's comfortable for you. Bring your hands into the center of the heart. We'll create a little friction with the palms. A little heat, melt all this snow. A little bit of energy. And see if you can infuse this heat, this energy that we're creating here through the palms of our hands and through our practice itself with an intention. What's your intention for the energy you're creating here? What are you trying to draw into your life? Is it clarity? Is it gratitude? Is it forgiveness? Whatever it might be, just infuse this friction into your hands with this intention. And then as you inhale, bring the palms to your face. Let that intention and that heat and that energy infuse down your face. You can open and close your eyes a couple of times. And then exhale, release the palms down. We'll close our practice with the sound of Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly. All right, you guys. So we're going to talk today about the fourth niyama. Last week we talked about tapas. So when we talked about tapas, we talked about that energy, the heat that we create through our practice, and the importance of consistency and to do this practice consistently. Whether, if you're in Ashtanga, if you practice Ashtanga, you really should be practicing at minimum of 3 times a week. If you practice Vinyasa like we are doing today, once a week is enough. But you really want to have this thing that you can do every day. So we talked about tapas last week, and today's the fourth niyama is Svadhyaya. So this is one that's oftentimes I think gets confused, or there's some confusion around it, but I like to translate it as self-study. We do this almost every time we practice. When we're observing our bodies, the sensations in our bodies, we're studying ourselves. So if we break down this Svadhyaya, the yoga, let me spell it for you guys. Svadhyaya. It's 2 words into one, which we'll get into in a moment. But the Yoga Sutra is 2.44, and this is the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. This is where we find all of these teachings, scriptures, understanding of what this is. And so the Yoga Sutras reads, Svadhyayat ishtaha devataha sampra yogaha. So that's the full sutra. Svadhyaya divides into 2 words, Sva, which is the self, and Dhyaya, which is concentration, immersion. Some people consider like reaching the source or a fully understanding of who we really are. I like to kind of think of it like as if you're following like a small stream. Eventually it'll lead you to the source of that stream. So if you're following a small stream up into a mountain, eventually you'll get to the source of that mountain. And I think that's how I visualize Svadhyaya is I'm taking the little path and sometimes that stream runs off into something else and that's not the source. So you have to kind of backtrack and go back and find the way. So self-study is what this is. Pursuing or immersing yourself, going deep into your experience and who we are as people. I think the world would be so much better of a place if we practice this on a regular, if we even taught our children, like, why are you upset about this? What is happening? What is happening within you that's causing this reaction? And one of the Yoga Sutras tell us to do this on a regular basis. So that's the first word, Svadhyaya. Ishtaha is desire or to long for, to want something, to desire something. Devataha is, Deva is God or type of God. So it's a personal higher power, a personal source. So you might call it God, you might call it Jesus, you might call it Vishnu or Shiva, whatever it is, your personal deity or source that you connect to. That is what devataha, your deva. And samprayogaha is a connection or a contact with this being, with this inner being. It doesn't necessarily even have to be like something, like a god necessarily, but it could be nature. It could be, how a place you go. Sometimes for me, if I'm near the ocean, I see that devataha in the ocean, in the sun rising over it. There's this sense of I'm so small, and what I'm experiencing here is so much bigger than me, so much grandeur than anything I could ever consider for myself. And so that is that sense of devotion that is drawn. So your connection or your contact with this essence, I guess we could say. So a way to translate Svadhyaya, Ishtaha, Devataha, Samprayogaha is to say self-study connects you deeply with your inner being, your highest self, or your Sadguru, your greatest teacher, which is never someone outside of you. Just so you know, plot twist, your greatest teacher is you. Your greatest teacher is yeah, that's the biggest plot twist. It's like you're always looking like, oh, who can teach me what? She's been in here all along. He's been in here all along. All right. So learning about and from oneself brings about connection to our desired ideal. These are different ways to translate this sutra so that you have, sometimes having one translation can be very misleading because then you're stuck in that's the one, but there's so many different ways to translate it. They have similar concepts, but different ways to verbalize it. So when we dive into self-study or self-awareness, we are searching within ourselves, right? What is it that we're searching for? Answers sometimes, realizations, clarity. But when you come to that inner source, the source of that stream that you've been following all along, that's where you find that true essence. And the yoga teaches us that we are already that, whatever that true essence is. But we get covered up by ignorance, by ego, experiences that cause trauma, that cause heartache or problems with ourselves, and then we forget that true essence, that real essence. And yoga aims to clean us up, to move all that junk away, and then we realize, oh, it's been there all along. This diamond in the rough has been there all along. I visualize a lot of times, you know me, I'm a very visual person, but I visualize like, if any of you guys have had those pots that are made of, what is it called, that material, the copper? Mm-hmm. Right? And my mom used to have them all the time when we were little, and they were beautiful, and she had them displayed, but she had to clean them every like few days, every week. And she used like the special paste in a toothbrush because they would turn green if you didn't clean them. Yeah. Right? If you guys. Right. So this is what our yoga practice does. This is what our tapas, our Yoga Sutra from last week does, is every time we set ourselves on our mat, whether it's to breathe, move, or just simply feel what's happening within us, that self-study, we are cleaning away that green so that we can reveal the copper below, right? And that's our true being is that. It's not that we're trying to become anything different. We're just trying to wash away the layers. So immersion into ourselves, or deep exploration of ourselves, pursuing ourselves until we come to this source, or this essence, this true source of who we are. Some people call it the I am. Or I guess to your beloved deity, whatever it is that connects you to that, or God. That is the aim. That is the goal. And this is what this Yoga Sutra is telling us. This is what we're looking to do. Turn inward. Ultimately, we find all the pieces of the puzzles that we couldn't put together before. And when life throws chaos at us, which it absolutely will, because that's what we're here to experience, is chaos. None of us are going to survive living on this planet and having a life without feeling loss, without feeling pain, without feeling suffering, without feeling illness. All of us will feel these things. Our yoga practice aims to make it so that we're not crushed under the pressure of these things. Okay. It may still happen. we may still feel that crushing sense, right? Like I know Sudhakar was very ill for a little bit, a while back, a little bit ago, but he was very ill for a long time. It's hard because all the coping mechanisms that we can utilize to not feel that weight are taken away from us, right? When you can't move because you're in so much pain, when you can't breathe because there's stuffiness and you're sneezing and coughing all the time, these things are now no longer part of our coping mechanism, and so it makes it so much harder. That's when it's really important to do this self-study, because no matter how stuffy you are, no matter how much pain you are in, no matter how much difficulty you are in, you can always have the ability to look inward. And so this is why this Yoga Sutra is so important to me, because this is one of the ones I rely on a lot when things, when the poop hits the fan, which it often does. So don't forget that in yoga that we are seekers. We are seekers of what, right? Truth, okay, maybe. Understanding, sure. Comprehension, clarity, all of these things. But we are seekers of something. We're looking. The reason we all are attracted or came to this practice is because something in it felt like something that there's something in there that I want. And sometimes it starts just feeling, oh, this, it feels so nice in my body when I stretch. But if you've been practicing with me for a while, it doesn't always feel nice. There's things that we do that feel very difficult and painful sometimes. And just like, I don't want to do this. This doesn't feel great. How many more seconds is she going to be counting this? I want to come out of this. That's when the real seeking begins. Ask yourself, why do I need to come out of this pose? Is it really my physical body? Is it really my shoulder that's causing this? Or is it that, I can't breathe, I feel anxious, and this is where the yoga really truly begins to take root and actually make a difference in your life. So we are the research object, because this body is the laboratory, and we're also viewing it as outside of it. So the body in itself, when we set ourselves on our yoga mat to do our asana practice or pranayama practice, whatever it might be, is our laboratory. That's where all our tools are and everything. But we're also the research object. We're also trying to figure out what's happening with that. So it's a cool concept. And so we're both at the same time. Self-reflection. So here's a good exercise that we can use to practice this Yoga Sutra. I would say, if you can, I know the Yoga Sutras, it's not a difficult book to find, and some of you maybe, I think it might even be in the library, to be honest with you. I'll have to check, Kathy, to see, because I know I told you last time I would. You have one, Sudhakar, a Yoga Sutra of Patanjali? Good. Yeah, and there's different versions of it, and what I like, the one I have is by one of my teachers that I practiced, that I studied with when I was doing my teacher training, Edward Bryant, and I like how he does the commentary, because the yoga, if you just got a book with just the Yoga Sutras and you can read Sanskrit, it's very short, because the sutras were intended to be memorized and read, and then that's it. But it understood through that understanding of memorization of the sutras. But the new ones, especially if you don't speak Sanskrit, they have a commentary in English, which gives you the breakdown of the words and explains what the sutra means. And then it also has like 2-3 pages, sometimes more, of like explanation about this sutra. So it can be a very long book. So as an exercise to do this, I would say find a sutra book. You can also find it online. You can order it, whatever. If you're interested, you can have it and one for yourself. And then every morning, try, if possible, to study one of the sutras. Read it, read the commentary, sit with it, let it kind of move into your mind, into your heart. As you go into this a little bit more deeply, you take more time. And then you start to realize, what I start to realize is when I study one a day, I start to see how that sutra manifests in my life throughout the day. Because I did it in the morning. And, you want to kind of, throughout the day, oh, how does that sutra manifest? What it was tapas, for example, last week we did tapas. And I kept thinking, Kendrick's like, let's go for a walk. You know what? Yeah, I need to build a little bit of heat, a little bit of fire. Let me go for a walk. Let me go get something done today. And it resonates within you throughout the day when you study it in the morning. And it also can help you feel a little bit inspired, because this is ancient wisdom that we're talking about here. This is not something that, I'm making up or my teachers have made up. This is something that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. And it's very important for us to connect to that wisdom. I think that that's a good way for us to start our day with this small exercise. So one more type of exercise for Svadhyaya would be to set an intention for your day in the morning. Always in the morning. It's good to do it in the morning. Like an example I have here, today I'd like to have a joyful day. Simple. It's an intention. I'd like for my day to be joyful today. All right, so I set it in the morning. In the evening, I come back and I ask myself, was my day joyful? Where did I have opportunities for my day to be joyful and that I passed? Where did I overlook the fact that was a joyful moment? And so here is the Svadhyaya happening, my self-exploration. I'm trying to, figure out how was it that my intention didn't manifest throughout my day? How did it manifest throughout my day? What could I have done different? What could I have done better? What did I do right? How are the ways that I did create a joyful day for myself, if that's your intention? So, just kind of, that's a really nice way for you to go back at the end of your day to see and assess if that's something that you did or didn't do, and whatever that intention may be. I'm just giving an example. Third way to delve into self-study is to practice also free writing. It's one of the things I love. I'm a writer. I love to write. So pen on paper or pencil on paper, and just let your mind go and just write. Just write. You don't have to have an aim or a target. But if you do like writing, if it's something that you enjoy, this can be a really nice way to practice Svadhyaya, because then maybe you write just 1 or 2 pages, or maybe 1 or 2 sentences even, from the heart, anything. And it could be literally anything that just crosses your mind, no judgment. And then you can slowly start to watch as you maybe read it back the next day or the day after, or that afternoon or that evening, how it was that you moved your emotions through your body physically onto the pen and then onto the piece of paper. And that can be a really powerful way to practice Svadhyaya. So basically, slowly watch as you and your essence become closer towards each other. You're trickling up that stream, getting to the source. And how great it is to practice learning about yourself, because the more we know about ourselves, the better we can behave in the world, the better types of relationships we can have, the easier it is for us to be authentic, because we know who we really are. And so we're not like, we don't wonder like, how should I act, because you know who you really truly are. And so your behavior becomes more authentic, more real, more natural, and you don't second guess yourself as much. And also, I think for me, it brings a sense of peace that I am, this beautiful essence that's just kind of muddled up by that green stuff that covers the copper, and now it can kind of just expose that light within. So, Svadhyaya, that is our 4th niyama.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yay. Thank you. So if you have questions or comments or anything you want to add, or, anything at all, I'm yours.
Okay. That is so enlifting, encouraging, empowering. I have to. Sorry. Bye.
Bye, Bindi.
I just want to add one thing, actually. You said, Francia, morning, right? There is a scientific reason, and also they call Brahma Muhurta.
Yes.
In the morning, there is a certain period of 45 minutes time there, your solar system, everything aligns and so perfect. Whatever we do in that 45 minutes would be very effective.
Very effective, yes.
And that is like, for example, every place there is a sunrise and sunset official timing, right?
Yes.
So go back to 45 minutes before sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
And then 45 minutes. So basically 1.5 hours before sunrise, that muhurta starts, and it stays for next 45 minutes.
Yes.
So is if we try to align with that, so it would be more effective.
Yes. So you're talking about cosmetology. You're talking about how the planets and the moon and the stars affect us. And also you're talking about a time that we call sattvic. This is a sattvic time, and Kathy, I know this is new information, but Suma and Sudhakar have this culture, so this is the way that they live. But the sattvic time, and we'll talk about sattvic and rajasic and tamasic, which are they're called three gunas. We'll all delve into this as we move into our practice, our Sunday morning practices, but the early morning is a very sattvic time, and for all the reasons that Sudhakar mentioned, you want to be able to do these practices of self-exploration, of worship, of prayer, of connection with source early in the morning because of this reason, because it is a sattvic time, and it connects you. It's like I don't know. I kind of think of it like a slingshot. It just puts you right there. You can practice it later in the day, sure, but this is a very special time. And so most people, like my teacher would always recommend that I get up at 5 in the morning and do my spiritual study and then start my asana practice, and that is what is recommended by most spiritual teachers, is that you want to take advantage of this time. It's very important. Thank you for sharing that, Sudhakar. Yes, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, the 5 a.m., even if you just want to latest one, there is a 5 a.m. club.
Yes.
There is a book, and his name is Robin Sharma. He's a world-renowned guru, in the sense management guru and all.
Yes.
New York Times bestseller book, 5 a.m. club.
5 a.m. club. Okay. I will look into that. That's great. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Sudhakar. 5 a.m. club, everyone. Let's try it. Let's check it out. Well, thank you. Yes. Thank you.